Hey, what's going on? I'm Ryan Wynn, and this is a new segment I'm doing called Motivational Monday. As I said, this is going to be kind of a variety channel, so this is one of the things I wanted to start doing. And I don't know how often I'll be posting for Motivational Monday. It might be weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. It kind of depends on what I want to talk about and how soon I want to get it out to the audience. All right, what's the point of Motivational Monday? The point of Motivational Monday is to talk about one specific idea or thing and hopefully give you, the audience, something to relate to and some sort of motivation if it's something that you struggle with or if it's something that you're looking for motivation on, some topic of your life that has been kind of sluggish lately. Now, there's many things I want to talk about, but today, at the first Motivational Monday, I think what I want to talk about is identity. Okay, so identity to me is the ultimate questioning of one's existence. It's defined as the act of being who or what a person is. And many times, a person's identity consists of outside features that they define themselves with, like what they do or what they're interested in or what their niche is in the world. So that leads to many questions. Who am I? What am I? When did I begin it? Now, I feel like identity is something that a lot of people struggle with. I struggled with identity. I struggled with identity in high school, and I'll share a personal story later. But the point is that the world is kind of a cruel and funny place. Right? There's a lot of ups and downs. We think we know who we are and we have everything figured out, and the next minute we're in the abyss of the unknown. We know absolutely nothing about who we are, what we want to do. So there's a lot of ups and downs in our journey to find our identity. But these ups and downs are completely natural. It's okay to feel like you're in the abyss of the unknown. It's okay to not know what you're interested in, what you want to do. That's called patience. We're all so young, we have so much time, and it's like society's pushing us towards wanting to know everything about ourselves and what we're going to do before the time we turn 19, 20. It's as if society wants us to know who we are and everything our life is going to be before we even go off to college, and that's just not the case. Identity takes time. It takes experience. You need to try new things, do new things, and maybe some things you'll try and you'll hate, some things you'll try and you'll love, something that you never even thought you'd like. And the only way to try new things is to not care about what society thinks of you, not worry about what other people are thinking of what you're doing. Maybe it's not what you'd be expected to do in society's standards, but something that you've always kind of been interested in. The minute you start worrying about what other people are thinking of you, the minute you're closing off open door to opportunities that could have been something really beautiful, something that you really loved in the world, right? That's one of the things I talked about in my introduction video on this channel. Like, I was nervous. What would the world think of me? What would my friends think of me? And that was the wrong mindset to have because it was closing off opportunities that perhaps could be great for me. I don't know. Maybe I'll end up loving this YouTube thing. Maybe I'll end up hating it. But the point is I'm trying it. I'm getting the experience and I'm trying to find my identity. I'm looking for something I really feel purpose with in the world, something I can help the world with, something I can progress myself and the world through. And that's the best way to do it. Have an independent mind, have an open mind, and try everything and anything in front of you. And that's the best way to find who you truly are. Before I go into a personal story, a quick disclaimer is that I talked about this in my valedictorian speech at Trinity Pauling High School, which I will post at the end of this video. You can also watch. It'll be a separate video I'm posting today. But I'm going to give you a quick story if you want to get it here before, and you don't want to watch this video. It's a little bit longer. So this is basically what happened. And I'm not going to act like I know exactly who I am or what I want to do. As I just said, I'm trying new things every day. I'm trying to figure out who I am and everything I want to do in the world and how I want to help the world. But this is just a good example for me to demonstrate the ups and downs in finding your identity. And yeah, so here it is. So I went to high school. I went to a boarding school called Trinity Pauling. It's in Pauling, New York. And I went there. I repeated my sophomore year there. So I went in and I was recruited there for hockey. So I went in and I thought I had everything figured out. I thought I was going to go there, serve my time for 3 years. I was going to play hockey and I was going to go then play college hockey somewhere. And I was a math science guy, so I thought I was going to go into, take a lot of math and science classes and then go get an engineering degree, just like my dad. Simple, plain, easy. And I went in there my sophomore year, and that's what I kind of did. The first year, I didn't really try anything new. I kind of just did what was expected. I did what I had been doing. And I thought I had it all figured out. I really did. I thought that I was gonna do the rest of my high school. I knew what I was gonna do in college, and then I knew what I was gonna do with the rest of my life. And that's what I thought my sophomore year. Now going into junior year, we got a new theater director. And I could never try theater because it was always a conflict with hockey or baseball, and I couldn't go to both, and that wasn't acceptable for one or the other, which is perfectly understandable. But I went in to talk to this new theater director, Mr. Hitchler, and he wanted me, I was in his public speaking class, he wanted me to try out for the show, for the winter musical. And I told him I've always been interested in that. I've always kind of been, I guess, a little bit outgoing, a little bit weird, some people would say, but I've always wanted to act, sing, I love doing that stuff, but I never got a chance to try it, right? I was always like the stereotypical athlete in high school, and I always did what was expected of me, what society expected of me. I never did anything outside the box. I never experienced anything new. I told him I had hockey. There would be conflicts. I couldn't do it. But he said there was no problem. He would work around it, and that he'd be able to fit me into the winter musical and get me a role, something that isn't too much, something I could handle. So I went with it. I tried it, and I tried a new thing, something that was a little bit different, something that maybe my hockey teammates at the time didn't understand. But I loved it. You know, I loved every second of it. We did Spam a lot in the winter musical, and it was hilarious. It was fun. It was a great experience. And from then on, I kind of fell in love with theater. I kind of fell in love with performing and singing and dancing and acting. And then going into the senior year, I met Miss Rafferty, and she was a teacher at Trinity Bowling. And then I started making videos, cool little sketches, broadcasting events, continued acting, and I got into a lot of things that I never thought I would get into. So I guess my point with that story was that at one point I had it all figured out, and then I tried out theater, and then I was absolutely lost. I didn't know what I was interested in anymore. Obviously I still really like hockey, and I still really like sports. I'm still playing them, but it doesn't mean I can't also like theater, and doesn't mean I can't also try new things like that. What allowed me to do with that was I kind of stopped listening to some of the other people around me. I kind of stopped listening to some of the people who kind of just expected me to be the normal Ryan, the guy that was, going there doing math and science classes and playing hockey. I wanted to try new things. I got into literature classes, history classes, theater, the arts, video making, music making, and that was an amazing thing. And it's a huge part of my life that I don't think I would be the same without it today. And I was able to do it because I kind of just took a chance and I experienced new things. So to me, the point is this. It's okay to have no clue. It's okay to not know what you want to do, who you are. But it's not okay to let other people tell you what you are, what you should be doing. It's not okay to fall into the societal standards of what you should be doing, because that closes off all these other things that could be something that really progresses your life forward. And the minute you start closing off these other opportunities, and the minute you stop passionately looking for the thing that you truly think is your identity or is your niche in the world, is the minute that you stop progressing. It's when you stop helping the world. Because as long as you're passionately moving forward to find your identity and find what you're supposed to do in the world, then you're progressing every day. And you're progressing the world around you every day because you're bringing a positive attitude and you're bringing passion, love, life to the world. Because identity is important, but you have to be patient to get there. And you have to take chances to get there. Jump into new things, try new things, even if it's not what's expected of you. Who cares what everyone else thinks? And you might love it. Just like I ended up loving theater and making videos and singing and things like that. No one expected me to like that. No one would even think I would ever even try that, but I did, and I ended up loving it. It's a huge part of me that I would never want to take away, and I'm so thankful that I got into. So be passionate, be patient, and most of all, stop worrying what other people think of you. Because worrying about what society thinks of you is only going to restrict your ability to find your true identity and true niche in the world. Your journey is going to be full of ups and downs. Embrace it. And as long as you bring passion and a positive energy every day, you're going to progress forward. And you're going to progress the world forward. So if you're someone who has been thinking about trying a new thing for a long time, but you've been scared to do so because of, what other people think of you or what might happen because of it, take a chance. Just do it. And give it everything you got, because it could be something that turns into who you define yourself as. Okay, so that concludes the first Motivational Monday. As I said, I will be posting my full valedictorian speech. If you want to watch that, you can see that right here. That's about identity, just a continuation of the anecdote I gave in this video. So I hope that was good. I hope you could relate to it. I hope it maybe motivated you a little bit and maybe even inspired you.